Hey guys, I know I've been gone for a long time, and there's a couple explanations for this. Here's the Outlander. It does not run. In fact, the motor is actually locked up on it. So, what happened was we tried to pull start it, or actually, let me go back a little bit more because it was running on the last video. We got everything fixed, we got the radiator working. And then all of a sudden, I went to take it out for a ride, and the fuel pump quit. Which the fuel pump is right there. You can see it. I have a couple pictures of when it was torn down, torn apart, and I'll probably show those at the end of the video if this video file will work with my computer. That happened. And we didn't realize that it was the, I didn't realize it was the fuel pump. I thought that it was going to be the fuel injector, which the fuel injector, I can't really see right now. I don't know if I can get the phone to it or not. Probably not. It's up in there. Again, I got pictures of it too, so you guys will see that. And pretty much, we changed that for $75, $79, somewhere in that range, and that didn't do anything. So we realized it was the fuel pump after we tried to pull start, we tried to pull start it. And let me tell you, that's when things hit the floor. It was running for about 3 seconds, and then the whole motor just locked up. So not only is the motor locked up, we still have to deal with the fuel pump, which is $600. So what I've decided to do is I just decided to put the machine up for sale because I've practically had it with it. I know I've stated in the past that it's a really good machine. It's extremely powerful. Probably the most powerful ATV of its class, the 450cc class. It is the strongest. I mean, I'm not going to deny that part. But there's no point in having all that power if you can't use it. So personally, I've had it with it. It's been sitting around for a month in my way, so I said I'm just going to sell it for parts. It's got a lot of money worth of parts on it. So, yeah, I just want to do a little update video. I know I haven't done a video in a while, and that's because I've been extremely busy. I've had a lot of, family-related problems and stuff like that, and I've been making videos on my other channel, so, yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't make a video, or make a riding video. I wish I took my GoPro with me because I literally drove 40 feet before the thing died. And to me, this thing is just absolutely unacceptable when it comes to its mechanical parts. The biggest problem I have with this thing is that most of the parts that you want to get for this thing, if it does break, are extremely expensive. And if you take all those parts and compare them to like a Honda or Yamaha, the Honda and the Yamaha are a lot cheaper in parts than this thing. This thing is just way too expensive, and I just don't want to deal with it. Granted, this machine is cheap compared to the Honda and the Yamaha, but cheap doesn't always mean better. So, yeah, I don't care how much power this thing has. It's not reliable to me. It hasn't been. It seems like every time I take it out, it breaks. I don't have the key for it right now, but I was thinking about showing the miles. It has 1,300 miles on it, I believe. So I don't believe there's anything else that's actually broke. Everything else works. We got a new differential for it. You can see that kind of looks new. Nowhere near as muddy as it was, especially the internal parts on the other side, because I took all the plastic off, and I mean all of them. Well, most of them. The pictures I'm going to show you, hand cramp. The pictures I'm going to show you guys are, they have, what was I going to say? How do I say this? Pretty much, the pictures that I have for it, have, like, this piece of plastic is going to be taken off, and the rack's going to be off. I took that side panel off, front two pieces, which are these stupid dumb guards right here, took those off. Then again, anybody can take those off. Now it's taking pictures of the fuel injector and the fuel pump. So if you guys are wondering, jeez, man. If you guys are wondering how much the fuel pump is $675, and the fuel injector is $79 plus shipping. Like I said, we paid for the fuel injector and we put it in, and it didn't do anything. And then we did the same thing for the fuel pump, or not the same thing. What am I talking about? That's when we realized it was a fuel pump, and it's not hard to change the fuel pump. Once you get this plastic piece off, which is not hard, because all you have to do is take the back rack off, and that's pretty much it. It just like you pull up on it and it just detaches. See? So it's not really bolted or clamped to anything. Well, I mean, there's two popping things, or no, two screws. I'm sorry. There's one right here, and there's one up front. You kind of see it right there. So I know this video is kind of jacked up. I'm not quite in the right state of mind. I woke up about an hour ago. So, but yeah, I had this thing up for sale for about a day and a half at this point. I put it up for sale yesterday, and I already got two people who are somewhat interested in it. So yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, it had to be done. Let's be honest here. I just couldn't take any more of the pressure with it. It just costs too much money to keep it running, and that's just not something that I want to deal with. You know, whenever I want to go riding, I don't want to have to work on it every single time I have to go out, or even have to work on it on the trail. That's just not something that I want to do. And, you know, typically with a Honda or Yamaha, you don't have to do that. So, Can-Am, they have all the power in the world, and they're really, really fun and comfortable, nice to ride. But by the end of the day, they just don't seem reliable enough. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's the truth after going through what I did with this thing. I know a lot of people are going to hate on me for doing this, but again, you got to understand that, you know, if you put yourself in my position, we've dumped about, I don't know, $4,000 worth of repairs in this thing. That is so not acceptable. I didn't dump a single penny into that recon. The only thing we paid for in terms of repairs is an axle. And that's because I flipped the ATV. And I flipped it at 60 miles an hour, and that was the only thing broke. It wasn't even broke. It was just bent about a centimeter or two, which, you know, you can't really drive an ATV like that. So, but I really wish I kept that recon, to be honest. Granted, it would not go as many places as this. A lot of ATVs probably wouldn't go as many places as this, but by the end of the day, I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's no way to really describe the way that this thing acts and the way it works, the way it functions. Even when we were working on it, everything just seemed all cobbled up, and it was just absolutely annoying. There were swear words thrown everywhere by me and my grandpa, and it's just not something that I want to deal with anymore. So the bigger question is that, am I going to get another quad? By the way, sorry about the cars going by. Am I going to get another quad? The answer is kind of like a maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It all depends on what I get out of this thing. Like I said, it's got a lot of expensive parts on it, so I have no idea what's going to happen. So yeah, it does not run. The winch and everything on it, the electronics, everything still works. The only things that don't work are the fuel pump and the motor's locked up. Now, we did try to turn the flywheel back, and it just would not budge. I don't know. But like I said, it's just up for parts. So if anybody wants to buy it for parts, it's there. You can find it on Craigslist. You can also find it on the LetGo app. It's on both of those apps, and all the details and stuff of what it has on it is going to be listed on that app, or unless you've been watching my channel ever since I got this thing. So yeah, I do apologize. It's probably not going to be a riding video for a good while, depending on what happens. I may get another four-wheeler, I may not. I have no idea. If I do, it's probably going to be like a Grizzly 350, or maybe an old Honda Rancher, or something like that. It's going to be something a lot more simple, something cheap, so I can actually ride, or, you know, be able to ride and still be able to make videos. So, because this thing is just an absolute piece of crap, and it just did not hold up for what it was built to be. Now, you can arguably say that I treated it bad, and I ran through the mud a whole lot. Well, you gotta understand that I did the same thing to the Recon as well. In fact, I put more of a beating on that thing than I did with this, and it took everything that I threw at it. A little two-wheel drive 250 ATV was able to withstand more of a beating than a 450 big bore ATV. That's awful sad to me. So, yeah, pretty much when it comes to maintenance, the things that you guys need to know, I'm probably gonna list that in another video. Because I don't want you guys to go through what I just went through. It's really bad. There are ways to avoid this. After doing so much maintenance on this thing, I pretty much know just about everything about this machine. Like I said, I've had about a good, I'd say 75% of it apart. I've gone through 75% of its parts. The only thing I haven't gone through is the inside of the motor, and that's about it. And I just don't have the time, and I don't have the money. I don't have any of that just to go through and fix it. And then even if I do, I just feel like it's going to break again, so it's just not worth it. So, yeah, I'm going to go through the, probably in another video, before I sell it, or before it does get sold. I'm going to go through and explain how to take off, like, that back panel. I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to explain how to do it. Explain how to take off the side panels, stuff like that. Just so you guys are, you know, aware of how to take better care of the machine. Because there's a couple things that need to be noted about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.